Hello, Jason Smith here. I've wanted to do these videos for I don't even know how long, and I would just never do them because I didn't want to do them in German because yeah, I can speak German, I can do it all right, but it just is never good enough. I never feel good enough about my German. And then I thought, well, you know what? Like people in Germany, they speak English too, so I'm just gonna do it in English, and then people also outside of Germany can benefit from some of the information that I'm gonna do. Not all of it, because some of it's specific to people who live in Germany. You can't. It's not the same system everywhere in the world. But I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna just start doing financial videos. I'm gonna just start talking about it. And so here, this is me making a financial video for you. And so like why like what am I doing here? And I think what it's really about is you know, if you want to learn to play an instrument. I play the saxophone, or at least played the saxophone for many years, and I took lessons, and these lessons that I took, it was from someone who was really a great saxophone player, and he taught me a lot. And you know, when you think about it, like what is it really to do when you're going to play a saxophone? It's like you get a saxophone, you put your mouth on the mouthpiece, you get your reed on the mouthpiece, and you move your fingers around and you blow. And then the faster you can move your fingers, the faster you can play, the better you can move your tongue, the better you can do. You make sure your tongue operates at the same speed that your fingers move, and you sometimes play louder, sometimes play softer, and you kind of get it. And eventually you get some okay music. So it's like, well, why on earth would I need why would I need a saxophone teacher? Because really, if I just practice and I just do things right, then I'm gonna get it right. But nobody would ever think that. Nobody would ever that. Or the same thing with golf. You know, you're gonna just you just go and you get the club, you put it in your hand, and you hold your hand just right, and you swing, and eventually you hit the ball, and it goes in the direction you want, right? And then a coach comes along and gives you a few tips the way that people who are better than you do it. Maybe you don't get the tips exactly the way the absolute top professionals do it, but you get some tips and you learn how to do it better than what you did it before. And eventually then you grow and you get a better coach, and you get even better, then you get an even better coach, and even better, and you get an even better coach. And it just makes sense when we want to get good in a certain area. We just get coaches. And yet, somehow, it is in the financial world, we think that we need to do that ourselves. That we need to come up with our own ideas about how to put a budget together. We need to come up with our own ideas about if and when we could or should buy a house, or invest money, or save, or whatever. We all know that we should save, but but in our situation, it doesn't work to save. And then we just eventually don't do anything because we're staying kind of within our own small mindset of the way finances could and maybe should work or whatever. And there's nobody who we most of the time allow to come in and look at our finances and tell us what could be done differently, because it's oftentimes a very emotional element, and a lot of times we're very confused about finances anyway, and then we don't want someone to come in and tell us that we're doing something wrong or change this or whatever. I don't want anyone to tell me what I should or should not buy or whatever, and therefore we just keep everybody out. And finances are not something that you really truly deeply talk about with anyone, and that just holds us back. That holds us back. The statistics show that the more you strategically talk about finances, the more money you earn over time. It's crazy, and yet we're like, I can't talk to anyone about it. I've got to come up with my own ideas, and I know how my finances work. I know how it's what's going on, and we never ever ever come out of what we've always experienced up till now. And yet, it's not like we don't have the dreams. We want to accomplish something. We want to buy a house. We want to go on vacation more. We want to buy a boat. We want to save for our kids in college. We want to buy our kids a car. We want to start a business. We want. But we don't really know exactly how to get there. And because we're pretty convinced that it's impossible in our own financial situation anyway, we just don't do anything about it. And that is what I want to stop. I want that for the people. I want the people around me to stop doing that. Absolutely stop doing that, look at what else might be possible in your finances and just consider, and that's what I'm here to do. That is what I'm doing. I want the people around me to be far better off financially. And so I come in and I coach you in how to do that. And that is pretty awesome. That is really awesome. And sometimes it's challenging. Sometimes you have to really think and consider other ways of doing things and actually question what you always thought to be reality. What you always thought this is the way the world works. Maybe it doesn't work that way. Or maybe it does work that way, but there's another way the world can also work. And that's what I want to do. And that's going to be really the purpose of these videos. And also, I'm going to be honest with you, part of the purpose of these videos is I want people here in Germany to see what I'm doing, like what I'm doing, and say, hey, Jason, I want you to coach me directly, and it's free. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you can do. I'm going to teach you this system in Germany, how to use the system in Germany to your benefit. How you can actually not pay as many taxes, legally not pay as many taxes, ethically not pay as many taxes, because the government set things up for you to have amazing tax breaks. Like, it's crazy. It is crazy what's available. Like in Germany, we pay very high taxes compared to what I'm used to in America. I came over here to Germany, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe how many taxes I've got to pay. I cannot believe it. So, and it would even ask tax advisors, what on earth can I do to lower my taxes? And it's like, well, you just got to pay the taxes. That's the way it is. Oh my goodness. But then I started researching, I started talking to people, I started learning, like, how does the German system actually work? How do people actually get ahead in Germany? So it's not like we make more money and the government tries to take more money, but what can we actually do? And it's awesome. It is an amazing setup, but how many people in Germany actually know this? Like 2%? Maybe you'd be surprised. I, as a foreigner, come in and I sit down with people I'm coaching and I start to explain things and like, I didn't know that's the way that worked. What? Really? What? I'm like, yeah, I'm an outsider teaching the insiders what the insiders should already know because they were never taught it. It's crazy, but there's some really, really great stuff. So that's what I do. That's what I'm doing. And I just decided I'm going to start making these videos and showing you some cool stuff because there are some really, really cool things to take advantage of. So, yeah, here we go. All right. See you in the next video.